Hey girl, welcome back to OTM. My name is Sheridan, and for today's 45-minute full body practice, we are using just yourself, so get excited. This class has been requested a lot from all of you, so I hope you enjoy it. And before we start, I just want to remind you that showing up is more than enough. I love you, I'm so proud of you for pressing play, and you can do this when you are ready, meeting me on your back. Making your way down onto your back, and can you start to press the palms into the earth? Let the shoulders press down heavy. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, can you lift your right leg to tabletop? Inhale as you lower. Exhale, left leg to tabletop. Inhale, lower. Keep alternating through the legs as you start to really draw the belly button in, bringing your awareness to your lower belly, to your breath. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Starting with gentle, slow movements to get everything fired up. And start to notice where you feel this, how the body responds. Let's go 5. Exhale, lift for 4, 3, 2, on 1, lift your right leg and hold. Take a full breath in. Exhale, can you lift the left leg to join? This time, exhale, right toe taps down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left leg taps down. Inhale, back to center. You might even like to transfer your hands to your lower belly. Sometimes the lower back likes to lift when your legs are lifted. And you just remind it that it's staying heavy. It's not invited to the party for now. And we're aiming to really draw the ribs down towards the hips. Let's go 5, 4, exhale, lower for 3, 2, on 1, bring the legs back to center, bring the hands behind the head. This time as you exhale, can you find your crunch and hold? Draw the shoulder blades off the mat. Take a full breath in, exhale, right leg comes down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left leg comes down. Inhale, back to center. So we're just alternating through the legs like we have before, except this time we start to invite the upper belly to the party as well. So your upper abdominals as well as your lower. Option is for your head to always come down. And let's go 5, 4, 3, final 2. On 1, bring both legs back to tabletop, lower the head, and then start to lower the feet all the way down. Keeping the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you find your crunch. Inhale as you lower back down. Find your crunch. Inhale, lower. Keep pressing into the heels and visualize the ribs coming down to meet the hips as the shoulders lift and lower. Let's go 3. We are holding at the top in 2. Holding at the top on 1. Can you twist over to the right? Come back to center. Twist over to the left. Come back to center. Lower back down. We do that again. Exhale, lift. Twist over to the right. Come back to center. Twist over to the left. Back to center. And then lower. So keeping the shoulders lifted as you reach side to side with the elbows and back. Now, if it feels okay, can you start to add the arms? Reach, back, and lower. Exhale, lift, reach, opposite hand to knee, and then lower. Starting to create a little bit more heat or fire through the body. You might even use this opportunity to think of your happy place. Now, maybe it's here, maybe it's not. That's okay. But remember why you chose to show up. And as I mentioned, being here is more than enough. 2 more. Last one. Come all the way back down and lower the head. Take a full breath in, and we're going to start to add the legs back in. So exhale, lift the legs to tabletop one at a time. Draw your lower belly in, draw the hip bones down. Take a full breath in. Exhale, can you twist over to the right with the left hand reaching and then left leg long. Come back to center, and then we twist over to the left, right leg long, back to center, and lower the head. Exhale, lift, twist, come back to center, twist, come back to center, and lower. Now you might decide to stay with a really isolated movement, or you might decide to keep the head, neck, and shoulders lifted as you twist side to side. Keep driving the arm and the leg away from the body as you exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reach. Inhale back to center. 4, 3, 2, on 1. Come back to center and just take a little rock, a little sway through the legs. This time, can you bring the hands on top of the shins and roll into a little ball? So lift head, neck, and shoulders up. Maybe kiss their knees for all their hard work. And then from here, can you just extend your right leg long? Hold and hover the right toe. And then you are changing legs. Hold and hover the left leg. Pull one knee into the chest and then change. One knee to the chest and change. Now keep pressing down through the belly button, and then think lift through the shoulders. So you're trying to scoop the belly. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're so close. 3, 2, on 1. Hug both knees in and lower the head. Take a little rock, a little sway. This time, can you extend the legs long to the sky? Bring the hands behind the head. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you crunch, reach over to the right with the left hand. Come back to center. Crunch and reach over to the left with the right hand. Back to center. If legs lifted is not your cup of tea, I get it. Bring them down. Bend the knees, or better yet, plant the feet down like so, and just continue to find your reach. If you're looking for a little bit more in the shape, can you start to lower the opposite leg as you twist? Come back to center. Opposite leg lowers, twist, back to center. Taking your time to personalize these shapes, as we are not in a hurry. 4 more. Ooh, how's the core feeling? Mine is saying, hello Sheridan, I love you. Maybe it's not saying I love you, but it will later. Last one here. Come back to center, keep the legs lifted and just lower the head. Take a full breath in, let the ribs of belly expand. And as you breathe out, finding your crunch, grabbing hold of your right calf. Now it can be the ankle, it can be the calf, the highest point that you can by holding your crunch. Lower the left leg, just like before. We're gonna change the legs, but this time they're straight. So you're pulling one leg into the chest, then you're changing. Pulling and changing. I like to visualize where I want to feel this, which is through the core right now. We're becoming really strong. And remember, you can always come back to bent legs. You can always lower the head. Can you stay with this shape for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Are you breathing? 3, 2, on 1. Hug the knees in. Oh, I'll take a moment. Let everything absorb. Bring the hands underneath the knees. Curl into the little ball just like before. Maybe give the knees a kiss again. Lots of love today. And we're going to start to rock and roll. Up and down. Let's do 2 more like this. Tap the toes. Be really playful here. Have some fun. All the way up. Cross the ankles over. And coming on to find your 4-point kneel. So shuffling. Hands under the shoulders. Knees under the hips. Drop the belly. Eye gaze forward. Breathe in. And then don't press away from the mat as you breathe out. 2 more like this. Be really dramatic here. Maybe add some other shapes, some movements that feel good. Exhale as you dome. Last one here, drop the belly, maybe shake the hips, shake the shoulders. Exhale as you dome. Coming back to find happy medium, a nice flat back, and start to tuck the tippy toes. Keep everything else the same and start to draw the belly button in. Full breath in. Exhale, can you hover the knees just for 5, 4, 3, 2, lower back down on 1, and we do this again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift the knees and hold. Rotate the knees to the right, open the right hand, say hello. Come back to center with the hands, the knees, and then rotate to the left, say hello. Keep alternating through the 2, aiming to hover the knees. So just the heels, the knees rotate. And remember to move really slowly, creating your own resistance. Let's go 3 more. 2. On 1, finishing on the left hand side, come back to center, lower the knees, untuck the toes. Take a little shake out, and as you breathe out, extend the right leg long. Can you start to lower? And then exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Creating length through the right leg as you keep pressing into the palms. And let's go 5, 4, holding up in 3, in 2, holding up on 1. Coming down onto your left forearm. This time, can you lower the leg and lift? We're bringing it into the elbow, extending it long, lowering down. Lift, bring it into the elbow, extend it long and back. Right leg lifts, right knee to right elbow, right leg lengthens and then lowers. As you play around with this combo, can you start to square the hips, the shoulders off to the right? So you're stacking the right shoulder, the right hip over the left hip, left shoulder. Now this might be where you'd like to stay. You've got a nice rhythm going, you're like, yeah, I feel strong, stay here, who cares? If you would like a little bit more, next time you pull the knee and the elbow in, can you tap the toe out? Bring it back in, lengthen. Tap, tap, bend, and snap. Tap, tap, bend, and snap. I like to find little words that help me remember the combo. It's also a really nice way to come back to your breath. Wherever you are, we are here for 5. This is 4. Now, whether you're adding the kick or not, in 2, right leg is coming to the right. Last one here, right leg extends long. Point the toe, pull the belly button in. Exhale, press the leg back to the sky. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lift. So you're using your exhale to lift the right leg, squeeze the glute, come back to center. Exhale, lift, squeeze the glute, come back to center. Now you might feel this through the right leg, you might feel this through the left leg. If you're lucky, you feel it everywhere. And let's go for another 5. 4, exhale, lift. 3, last 2. On 1, can you hold tiny pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the right knee in. Come back to your palms, take a little shake out, and then can you transfer onto your belly? Bring the hands underneath your forehead. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you squeeze the glute. Can you lift the right leg? Inhale as you lower back down. And then exhale, lift the right leg. So we're just working through the right leg lift, right leg lower. Now sometimes I like to bring my hand to my right glute. Sounds kind of weird. But imagine you are squeezing, switching it on, feel it, and then bring it back down. Feedback is really important as it reminds you of what shape you're doing and where you can feel it. Let's go 5. Holding up in 4. Keep drawing the belly button in as you exhale, lift. This is 2. Holding up on 1. Can you flex the right foot, bring the heel to the bottom, and then extend. heel to bottom, extend. Driving through the heel, keep lifting the kneecap and the top of the thigh off the mat. Let's go 5, press the heel away, 4, 3, 2, on 1, can you just hold, lift the heel and lower, little pulses just on the right side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lower the right leg, take a little shake, and start to lie onto your left hand side. Bend through both the knees. Can you stack the knees and hips on top of one another? Hand or bicep as your pillow here, and then start to flex the toes. Exhale, lift the top knee. Inhale, lower the top knee. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now you can bring your hand to your hip so you can feel the glute lift or the hip lift and back down. Let's go 5 before we add on. In 4, 3, holding up in 2, holding up on 1. Can you press the leg long? Pull it back to center. Press the leg long, drive the right knee back. So we're driving through the heel just like you did in your tummy time, and we're trying to open through the hip, pull back to center. Exhale, open the hip, inhale, pull back to center. Familiar shapes in a moment. We're going to add a little tap to the right. So let's go 5, knees coming back into the chest in 4, 3, 2, on 1, can you bring the right knee back in line with the hip? Now we tap the toe forward, we bend the knee, we extend it long. We bring it in, tap, bend, snap. Now you don't have to actually touch the ground if you don't want to. And aiming to straighten the right leg in line with the hip, and then we straighten it back behind you. So you come bend, forward, bend, back. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2. We are holding your right leg long in front of you on 1. From here, flex the foot, slide it back, and then point the toe, slide it forward. Exhale, flex the foot, slide it back. Inhale, point the toe, slide it forward. Creating a really long line through the leg and finding your range. So everyone can look a little bit different. Maybe you're just coming halfway and then back. Maybe your range is even bigger than mine. Remember, you are enough, and I always invite you to listen to your body while remaining really curious. Let's go 5. Keep sliding it back. Exhale, inhale forward. 4. We are holding it forward. In 3, 2. Hold it forward on 1. Rotate the toe down, heel towards the sky. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Starting at the hip, going higher for 10, 9, 8. Stay with your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee in, let it settle, give it some love. Good work, right glute. And we are coming up. So, coming all the way up onto your forearm. Can you extend the legs long, but bring your right foot in front of the left? Take a full breath in. Exhale as you lift to find your side plank. Hand comes to the sky, and remember, option is to always lower your bottom knee. Otherwise, can you hold here just for 3, doming for 2, on 1, can you start to lower and lift the hips? Little lift, little lower as you keep pressing away from the mat. Think of the happiest place alive. Maybe it's doing the shape. That'd be good. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Come all the way back. Take a little shake out. And when you are ready, we are coming back to find a 4-point kneel. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you extend your left leg, square the hips off. Lifting to the sky and then lowering back down. So exhale, lift, inhale, lower, and we start to go through the other side. You are here for another 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, can you hold? Come down onto your right forearm. Lift the leg, and then start to bring the knee and elbow together. Extend and lower. Lift, bend, extend, and lower. Aiming to stack the shoulder of the left and the hip of the left on top of the right. So we're opening through the left-hand side. You are more than welcome to stay here. Otherwise, next time you bring the left knee to elbow, can you extend it long to the left, bring it in, and then back. So extending it, tap, bend, extend. Now I know you can't see my left leg, or maybe you can, but can you think about familiar shapes? We have done this before. Bend, extend, bend, reach. Let's go 5. We are holding the left leg out to the left in 3. In 2. On 1, can you hold it out to the left? Now flex the foot, we slide it up and then back to the left. Slide it up, back to the left. So exhales, you squeeze the glute. Inhales, you tap it to the left. Squeeze, lift, tap to the left. Squeeze, lift, tap to the left. Whew. Now the body's really smart, so it knows we've done this shape before and it's thinking, okay, it's pretty hard. I'm going to talk to you loudly to communicate. Remember, it is just that, communication, and you're in control. So let's go 5. We are holding it back in 3. In 2. Hold it back on 1, little lift, little lower, just for 5. 4, 3, 2. On 1, lower the left leg. Make your way down onto your tummy. Untuck the toes. Hands come underneath your forehead. Press down into the hips. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you squeeze and lift the left leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So you're pressing down into both your hip bones. But we're trying to isolate the left glute. Remember, the hand can come to the left glute as you lift and lower. And think of the positives. You get to lie down. Let's go 5. Holding up in 4. Holding up in 3. Let's go 2. Holding up on 1. Flex the foot. We drive the heel to the bottom. Extend the heel away. Drive the heel to the bottom and extend. Now visualize the top of your thigh where your kneecap is. And as you press the heel away, can you lift that part a little bit more? Inhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Let's go 5. We are pulsing in 4. In 3. Let's go 2. Heel is away from the body on 1. Lift and lower. Keep the kneecap up. Come back to your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untuck the toes. Take a little moment. I'm just going to come up so you can see me, but you're just rolling onto your right hand side. Hand or bicep as your pillow. Get really comfortable as you bend the knees, flex the feet, and bring the top hand to the hip. Exhale as you lift the top leg as 1. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Familiar shapes. And this might be a really nice opportunity for you to come back to your breath, come back to your internal space, noticing what comes up for you. Let's go 5, holding up in 4, holding up in 3, 2, on 1, can you hold? Extend the leg long, drive the knee back in. Exhale, leg long, squeeze the glute, inhale, drive the knee back. Feel free to stay exactly as you are. Otherwise, in 3, we're going to start to add the leg out to the left. In 2, can you bend the left leg on 1 and hold? Can you bring it forward? Can you bend and extend? Now you can tap the ground or you can just hover. and find your full range. Aiming for the leg to extend forward, flex the foot, bend, flex the foot, extend, bend, extend, bend, push back. Inhale to bend, exhale as you extend either to the front or behind. Whew, the leg gets a little bit heavy at this point. That's okay, because we're nearly there. Let's go for another 5. Pressing it forward, holding in 4. This is 3. Let's go 2. On 1, can you hold, flex the foot, slide the heel, maybe behind the hip, exhale. Inhale, point the toe, bring it forward. Exhale, slide the heel back. Inhale, point the toe, bring it forward. Now, as we find this sweep, can you think about your hips staying super glued on top of one another? And we're using your core, your legs to control the left leg. Forward, exhale back. Let's go 5. We are finishing with a pulse and then side planks. I know, get excited. Let's go 3, 2, on 1. Can you hold? Can you point the toe down, heel to the sky, lower and lift. Little pulses up and back. Keep drawing the ribs, the belly button in. You are here just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee in, let the hip settle, send it some love. And then start to come onto your right forearm. Right foot is forward, left foot is behind you for a little bit more support. And then start to full breath in. Exhale as you lift the hips. You can always lower the bottom knee, otherwise can the top hand come to the sky, and can you dome through the right side body. Just for 3, we start to lower and lift the hips into. On 1, can you hold, lower, lift the hip, lower and lift. Getting into your obliques. It's like a little dance move. And let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Come all the way back down. This time as you come onto your belly, bring your hands under your shoulders and start to tuck your tippy toes. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you lift, find your high plank. Can you stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog on 1, and just start to pedal out through the feet, grounding down into the palms, the finger pads, the tippy toes, and just taking this time to reconnect to your breath. Inhale as you lift the heels, exhale as you lower. 1 more like this. Inhale, lift the heels, exhale as you lower. Take a full breath in, lift the heels, and start to roll forward to find your plank. Rotate the heels to the right, knees to the left. Can you bend? Can you extend? Bend, extend. Now your knees are to the left, but your shoulders are stacked over the wrists as you come forward. So we're squaring the shoulders off, a little twist. And let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog on 1. Square the hips, the heels to the sky. Pedal out through the feet. Returning to your breath. Inhale, lift the heels, roll forward, find your plank. Exhale as you rotate the heels to the left, knees to the right. Bend, extend. Shoulders stay stacked. And square off to the mat. 5, 4. Let's go 3. Last 2. On 1, hold your plank. Rotate the heels to the sky and hold for 10. Keep doming through the upper back. Pull the belly button in. 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, press back, finding your down dog. Keep pedaling out through the feet, a generous bend through the knees. And as many steps as it takes, tippy toe yourself all the way to the back of your hands. Now the knees might be bent, they can be straight. And once you arrive, grabbing a hold of opposite elbow as you take a little ragdoll here. Allowing everything from the waist down to be really heavy. Start to roll all the way up, keeping the elbows and the hands interlaced. Head, neck and shoulders, the last to arrive. Bring your elbows overhead. Take a full breath in, and then exhale as you reach elbows over to the right, pressing your left hip to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale as you press the elbows to the left, hip to the right. Returning back to center, just bring the hands down by your side. Take a little shoulder roll. And stepping your right leg back, hands to heart center. Can you bend through the knees? And then can you lengthen? Bend through the knees and lengthen. Now as you find your lunge, grounding down into the left heel rather than the left tippy toes. Keeping the right heel lifted. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, find your lunge and hold on 1. Press more into the palms. We're tipping forward, extending the right leg, and then we come back to your lunge. Tip forward, extend the right leg, back to your lunge. Belly, buttock, and thigh come really close, back to the lunge. Inhale back, exhale, reach, pressing into the left heel for 5. You've got this. 4, stay with me. 3, 2, can you hold forward on 1, just for 3. For 2, on 1, come back to your lunge, straighten the legs. Now we're gonna add on from this shape. So come back into your lunge, tip your weight forward, lengthen the right leg as much as you can and come onto the tippy toes. We're gonna bend and tap. Bend and tap. All of a sudden, left leg joins the party really strongly, really loudly. It is not here to muck around, so make it feel welcome. And we're adding on in 3. In 2, holding your right leg back on 1. Tiny lift, tiny lower, tap it in. Extend, tiny lift, tiny lower, pull it back in. I know, I get it, my leg is talking so loudly, but we're doing it together for 5. This is 4, 3, last 2, on 1, listen out for the challenge, hold little pulses, pull the belly button in, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, come back to your lunge, straighten the legs. Punch out the left glute. Take a shake. We're doing the other side straight away. Hands to heart center. Step back with your left leg. Come onto the tippy toes. Press down into the right leg as you bend and extend. Bend and extend. Now notice if there's any differences between the two. Maybe they feel the same. Maybe something feels a little bit different, and I invite you to modify, making these shapes personal. We have 5, 4, we're staying low, in 3, in 2, staying low on 1. Keep the knees bent for now. Exhale as you straighten the left leg, tip forward. Inhale, re-bend the left leg. So we're lengthening the left leg, bend the left leg. Exhale, reach, tip forward, inhale back. So you can even start to come onto the tippy toe of the left and bend. Let's go 5. Whoa, my balance today. 4, 3, 2, on 1, hold, straighten the left leg just for 3. For 2, on 1, come back to the lunge, straighten the legs. You probably can't tell, but it's extremely windy, and I'm gonna blame that for my balance today. Anyway, let's get back into the second part. Find your lunge, full breath in. Exhale as you straighten the left leg. Can you tap in? Can you extend long, open the hip? Tap in, extend long. Now the more you hinge forward, the more you bend the right leg, the more you feel this through the glute. Option to add it on in 5. So if you're coming with me, listen out. In 3, in 2, holding out on 1, lift, lower, pull it back in. Tap, lift, lower, pull it back in. Extend, lift, lower, and tap. Let's go 5, 4. Tiny lift, doesn't have to be big. 3, we are pulsing in 2. On 1, can you hold, pull the belly button in, lift the left leg, pulsing for 5, 4, stay with me, 3, 2, on 1, bring the legs in, take a moment just to shake it out. Inhale as you lengthen the hands to the sky. Forward fold as you breathe out, connecting the hands to the earth and create a little shelf for the belly. Maybe just bring the feet hip distance apart as you take a little rock or sway. Planting the hands down, spread the fingertips, and can you step back into a high plank. Exhale as you find your downward facing dog and stay for a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg to the sky. And we go same knee, same elbow. So we're scooping through the belly here. Use this as an opportunity to come back to your breath. Maybe slow down the heart rate. Enjoy a little stretch with a surprise attack of core. And let's go 5, 4. We are holding in 3. Holding in 2. Holding on 1 and just hold for 5. Keep drawing the knee in for 3, for 2. Press back 1, downward facing dog. Going into the left hand side, full breath in, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lift. Can you think about drawing the knee closer to the armpit? And then extend it long. Five more. Exhale, pull it in. 4, 3, 2. Getting ready on 1 to hold. Door in the upper back, scoop the belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Child's pose. Take a moment. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. We are finding a tiny bit more tummy time, and then we're onto your back. So can you roll forward onto your belly, untuck the toes, get as comfy as you can, bring the hands underneath the forehead, drop the forehead to the hands and start to press down into your hip bones. Take a full breath in, exhale, lift both legs. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, lift both legs. Inhale, lower. Continuing with this shape. Maybe both hands come to the glutes this time. Feel them switching on. If you don't want to touch your glutes, that's okay. Visualize and send awareness to where you want to feel these shapes. This is a long practice. And if you're still moving with me, I am so proud of you. Even if you've taken moments to tap out, to come back to your breath, to grab a drink, whatever it is, you're here, and that's what matters. Let's go 5. We are holding up in 4, holding up in 3. Let's go 2, holding up on 1. Flex the toes down, heel to the sky. Heels come to the bottom, heels press away. Heels to the bottom, press away. We have done these shapes before. Aiming to lift the kneecaps and lift the top of your thighs as you press the heels back. We have 5, 4. We are holding the knees bent in 3. In 2,
pull the belly button in, lift the heels towards the sky, and can you just lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the legs, take a little rock, a little sway through the hips, and then just making your way onto your back as promised. Nearly there. Last little bit. Hug the knees into the chest and start to lift the forehead, curling to the tightest little ball you can, and we're coming back to your single leg stretch. So right leg's going to extend as your left knee's bent. Pull it in as much as you can, and then change, pull it in, change, and back. Keep dorming through the upper back, so you're lifting the shoulders off, and you can stay here with the arms. Otherwise, hands are coming behind the head in 3, in 2, hands are coming behind the head, and can you start to find your bicycles as you go side to side. Now we are not in a hurry, so we're pulling everything down to the mat, drawing the belly button in, keeping the lower back heavy as we just change side to side. 10, this is 9 each side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, rotate over to the left, extend the right leg long and just hold. Reach the right hand, little lift, little lower, little pulses for 5, where you're changing sides in 3, in 2, on 1, hands back, reach over to the right with the left hand, left leg long, and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the head, take a little rock, a little sway. We have one last series, then you're out of here. So, we've been working up towards this. Love it or hate it, we're finding a variation of hundreds. I'm going to talk you through it. And to begin with, bring your feet down, knees to the sky, hands come overhead. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, can you find your crunch? Reach your spirit fingers towards the space near your toes and start to pump the palms. Almost like you're trying to pull the belly button down. Can you soften through the shoulders, away from the ears? This may be where you stay. You're like, yeah, I can do this, I like it. Maybe start to lift the legs. Now maybe, just maybe, the final countdown is we're extending one leg in 3. In 2, extend the right leg long, keep pumping. We're gonna change legs in 3. In 2, change legs on 1. We do this 2 more times. Change in 3. In 2, on 1, change legs. 3, 2, 1, change legs. Last time each side. 3, 2, 1, change legs. Breathe in. Breathe out and change legs. Last 3, 2, on 1, hug the knees in, lower the head. Take a deep breath out, maybe through the mouth. And when you are ready, can you just bring the hands underneath the knees, rock and roll yourself up to a seat, crossing the ankles over, getting really comfy, and just bring the hands down by your sides. Perhaps you start to close down the eyes or even just soften the gaze. Finding a moment of stillness as you thank yourself. You did it. You showed up, you got through the class, and you should be so proud. Thank you for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed the longer class. If you did, let me know in the comments, and I'm always open to feedback. I'm so proud of you. I love you, and I will see you next time on the mat. Mwah. Hey girl, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for choosing you. Let's start a conversation in the comments about how you went, what kind of classes you want to see more of, longer, shorter, equipment, no equipment, yoga, Pilates, all the good stuff, as I love to hear your feedback. In case you haven't heard, I'll be heading to Bali soon, which means more cool content in cool places for you. If you're new here, hit subscribe, as I don't want you to miss out on the sweet burn of Pilates.